Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Sherman again, bringing a ton of information at you and just shortening it up for free so that everyone can access it. While I do charge for the courses that I teach for major corporations because they get the money to pay me, I'm a firm believer that this kind of knowledge that I have is important for everybody. So I wanted to take my content, I wanted to shorten it up and do small educational pieces so that anyone can access this information. I truly believe that if we can be better parents, then the world's a better place. So why not share what I have? So again, if you haven't watched all my videos, I was a preschool teacher, preschool director. I now teach high school, but I've taught human development from womb to tomb for different universities and colleges all over Los Angeles. So I consider myself more of an expert in this field. I've been able to work with lots of different people and help relationships, help families cope with having new children or many children. And so I'm here to help you. We've talked a lot in the last couple episodes about getting your child on a good sleep routine. Today's topic is a little bit different. Again, we're focused on the age group of 5 months to a year old, but I want to focus on you. One thing I tell new mothers often, and I tell this to all my friends, I was the first one to have children out of my friends. And one thing, yes, I'm drinking yerba mate. It's like my morning go-to green tea from South America. Anyway, one thing that I always told my girlfriends since I was the first to have kids is the hardest thing I found was I was no longer Jennifer. My identity was completely changed. That's really hard. I all of a sudden went from being Jennifer to mom. And mom was somebody who doesn't talk, somebody that I have to take care of 24/7, 100% by myself because my husband was away in the military and didn't even meet our son till our son was 2 months old. And we couldn't even live together till our son was 4 months old. So I go from being a 25, I forget how old I was, 26, up to 26, by myself, doing my thing, working, studying, getting my master's degree, and then having a child, which is something I always wanted. But even me, I had the education, I had the experience working with kids, and it was a goal of mine my entire life was to be a mom. And even when I had my first child, who was like the easiest child in the world, I had a really hard time. I did not have, with my first, I did not have postpartum depression, but I still had kind of a hard time adjusting, especially because I felt very alone. And while I am so fortunate that I'm very close with my mom and my grandmothers at the time, they were able to give me good advice, but especially as a first-time mom, like you're excited to try these things out by yourself. So I wanted to talk to you guys about self-care and about just being kind to yourself and understanding that this is a big transition. So in the last episode, we talked a little bit about the communication issues that you might have with your significant other. Part of that is because you're feeling like you're losing yourself, your reality. And if you have to go back to work after your child's 3 months old, it's extremely difficult. You do get to, when you go to work, you do get to kind of escape, for lack of a better word, escape having to be mommy constantly, and you get to kind of be back to your own identity. But I'm here to tell you that you will come back. Your identity of who you are will come back. It's just shifted. You'll end up really, hopefully, loving that shift, but just like any change in your daily life, it can be difficult at first. Give yourself some grace. Be okay with the fact that that things have shifted. You will figure it out. That's okay. And try to find something that you can do that gives you a break. I totally get it. You might not have the money to get extra help. We were on WIC. We did not have money for a babysitter or a cleaning lady. Still don't. For those extras, I had to do it. I had to do everything around the house, especially if my husband had a 16-hour day. There wasn't a choice. So I'm here to tell you I understand the regular all-American struggle. I've done it. I've been there. I want to tell you, I'm here to support you. You will get through it. It's hard. A shift in identity is hard. What I want to tell you, though, is remember something that you like to do as a kid. Maybe it's arts and crafts. Maybe it's dancing. Maybe it's floral arrangements because you can be artsy and creative. For me, it's working out, finding time to get to the gym, lifting, running, biking, swimming, you name it. I like to be outside. I'm also very social. So when I first moved to the Army post with an infant and it was upstate New York, freezing cold, I felt very lonely because I had nobody to talk to. So if you live by friends, this is very helpful. I want you to rely on your friends to talk to and have adult conversations. So again, if you go right back to work, which has its benefits, just like anything, pros and cons, you at least get to have adult interaction. If you are at home, like I was for several years, you start kind of feeling like you're going crazy. So I want you to reach out and just find people to talk to. A lot of times it helps if they also have young kids so that your kids can have those play dates together in between nap times and you can get some social contact. Make sure that you are doing something for you. It's not being selfish. You don't have to have mommy guilt. You don't have to spend money. I remember what felt after my second child, still in upstate New York, I felt very depressed. After her, I do think I had postpartum depression. I did not see a specialist for it. In my head, all I wanted to do was, all I wished is I had enough money to pay for someone to watch my kids for 2 hours and for me to go take a hot yoga class, but we didn't have the money for a special yoga studio. Plus, I don't think there were any where we lived. And we definitely didn't have the money or know anyone who could babysit because we didn't live anywhere near family. And my second child, my daughter, was very colicky and it was very hard to leave her with anybody. So I knew, I'm like, if only I had that, I wouldn't be so depressed. And then I also realized I'm making an excuse for myself. I need to find something that I can do and make it happen. So whether it's waking up a little bit earlier and doing it before anyone wakes up and doing yoga in my living room, or putting my bike on a trainer so I can bike inside during their nap time, I had to do that. So I don't want you to make excuses for yourself. If you are feeling like you're severely depressed, talk to your doctor. Talk to a specialist. If you're just feeling like, not just feeling, but if you're feeling like, I just miss social contact, reach out to your friends. Make it happen. No one's going to do it for you. You have to wake up and say, okay, I'm going to make some friends. I'm going to go hang out. I'm going to be social, and I'm going to find a group that works for me for this time. And they might end up being your best friends in the future. They might only be your friends for that time where they serve their purpose. But I want you to know you're not the only one who feels this loss of identity. It's very common. We're all moms. We've been through it, and we're all here to support each other. If you have any questions or comments or want me to dive deeper into this topic, please leave messages down below. Again, like I always say, don't be mean. If you're mean, I'm going to completely disregard that message. Be kind to others. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing. You're a wonderful parent. Stick with it. Know that you are supported. Smile at yourself. Smile and hold your child. And I look forward to seeing you guys for the next episode.